Okay, hello and welcome back to the Northampton Town Career Mode on FIFA 20. Today we are beginning our second season in the Premier League. After a fairly successful season where we finished 8th, we are now going to be moving in and trying to move forward. We need to make a few signings, we need to get rid of a few players, we need to improve the squad overall, we need to improve the slightly the starting 11. But there's going to be quite a bit of business to be done. And as well, the more players we sell, the more we can buy as well, the more slots we can fill. And I've already got a bunch of players lined up of who I want to bring in. Nothing too incredible, apart from one player that's clearly better than everybody else. It's mostly young-ish talent with a lot of room to grow, or players I got good deals on, because I wanted to get in a few, but I couldn't afford to do everything in the world. As you'll see in a second, the transfer budget we were lied to a little bit at the end of last season when we were told we earned 150 million as a club. We did not earn 150 million as a club. Well, we may have done, but it wasn't given to me. As you'll see here, one second, I was given 17.2 million total, with an increase of just the 1 million, unfortunately. So the business I'm going to be doing is not going to be quite in the leagues I expected it to be. However, I've still got some good players lined up. They're still going to be good for us. I guarantee it. So with that, I'm going to get straight in to what is going to be our first signing of the new season. So let's have a look who that's going to be. And that is going to be Japhet Tanganga of Tottenham, who is surprisingly very cheap. Just the £3 million they wanted for him. I know he's got to 24 without improving too much, but he's still got such a high potential and such a lot of room to grow that bringing him in as a backup for now, and he'll be starting by the end of the season, I would have thought. And as well, he didn't want that much in terms of wages either, so with that, he's in. Next you can see here, Tanguy Koulibaly has a release clause of just £1.3 million for this young French winger. So it's kind of a no-brainer to bring him in. £1.3 million and not particularly difficult on his wages either. His wages were pretty nicely cheap, so we just accepted them. You can see here that our new signings. First, Ryan Giles, the left-back, takes number 30. Japhet Tanganga, centre-back, takes number 14. Curtis Jones from Liverpool signed at a free as well, number 8. Marcus Edwards, number 21. And Koulibaly will take the number 7 shirt. Next, we need another backup keeper, because I have long been over Connor Hazard. As you can see, I've tried to give him to Chelsea there. So Jamal Blackman is going to be coming in here for a nice cheap sum of 2.6 million. You can see here his wage demands are not very high. He only wanted to be sporadic as well, which is fantastic because he's going to be the backup keeper. Simple as that. He's going to be behind Henderson, of course. And he didn't want too much money either. Jamal Blackman as well will take the number 1 shirt, which Hazard has vacated for him. Now we move on to our first game of pre-season. We play Norwich. And with that game, it ends 3-3 with Sutar, List and Skamaka getting our goals and Ida grabbing a hat-trick for them. Now you can see Ricky Dembele is going to be out for 6 weeks, meaning that he will miss the beginning of the season. Next we play our second game against Girona. Girona was a bit better of an affair as we win 2-1 thanks to Sean McWilliams and Skamaka. List just picked up a couple of days injury, so nothing to worry about there at all. Now we move on to playing Anderlecht in the third game. Third game of pre-season was a successful 1-0 victory thanks to Elliot List getting the goal. Despite getting injured in the previous game, he was ready to go for this one. Now we've seen here that Dan Burn has been sold to Spal, 2.4 million with 1.6 going to the budget. He was okay for a season, but he made too many mistakes and was getting on, so I've let him go. Now we move on to Genk in the next round of the Cup. And unfortunately we lose 2-0 thanks to Van Zier and Ade. 2-0 defeat, but we do still get a good bit of money from that Cup. You can see that we have sold Pedro Chiravea for 7.7 million to Fulham with 5.5 into the budget. He asked to leave halfway through last season, but I managed to keep him. But he was still very upset, so I decided to let him go as we've got more midfielders to fill his gap now. Osu has gone as well to Corona Kielce, 145k, 90k in the budget. He was never really good enough going forward, but did well for the time he was here. Now we'll be signing a right back, young Spanish right back, 74 overall, 23 years old, from Borussia Dortmund, Mateo Morai. So I identified him as a decent option, and because he's so cheap as well, I'd be stupid not to bring him in as our option for right back. You see there that he'll take the number 2 shirt as well. Now Elias Chair has been sold to Fenerbahce for 12.7 million and 8 in the budget. That's a ridiculous amount of money to get for a player that never really broke into the team and never really pushed his way into being good enough either, so that's great for him. Conor Hazard has finally left as well to Bristol City, 2.6 million with 1.8 in the budget. My second ever signing unfortunately has now left, but he's been needing to go for a long time, hasn't he? And now we can sign what is going to be essentially our marquee signing, our highest overall player that will be coming in. It is Daichi Kamada, the centre forward from Hoffenheim. Now, Kamada is a player that was going to spend the majority of his time playing behind whoever is in front of him, whether it be Dijkstra, Skamaka or List. But trust me, he is our most expensive signing, but he's going to be worth it. He's going to wear their number 10 shirt as well. Now we're on to our first game then. It's Henderson, Angulo, Turnbull, Sutar, Murray, Koulibaly, McWilliams, Jones, Senior, Kamada and Skamaka. We're away at Burnley for our very first Premier League game of this season. Burnley coming strong on this left hand side. Cut out well. They're going to keep hold of it here though. It's going to keep coming back to them. We can't quite get rid of it. Block the initial effort. Head away to Koulibaly. Sean McWilliams. Charging forward. Kamada. Great ball to Koulibaly. Lot of time, lot of space. Koulibaly will cut inside. Koulibaly goes for goal! And all by himself on his debut. Tanguy Koulibaly puts us 1-0 up. An assist as well for Daichi Kamada on his debut. See a debuting Koulibaly scores, the debuting Kamada gets the assist. Maroni puts the ball across. Oh, it's a great header. It's a really good header. Burnley are level. Thanks to Czech. It's a really good corner, and I think he just rises highest here in the middle. Peels away from someone, gets in front of the defender. Goes for the 1-2. And now here's Lanes away. He's got good pace. We'll check back though. Moray does really well. McWilliams to Koulibaly. Very nice. And Skamaka can play in Curtis Jones here. Jones doing really well. Curtis Jones. Oh, saved. Cleared away. Curtis Jones will take this free kick here. Pump it in towards Skamaka. And his header is over the keeper. Curtis Jones gets a debut assist of his own. And Gianluca Skamaka with a beautiful header over the keeper. Angulo to Senior. Senior cuts back into Skamaka now. Here is Daichi Kamada. Couple of nice touches to get away from his defenders there, Kamada. Inside to Skamaka. Saved well, and they'll clear it. Lanes, Diop back to Lanes. Good tackle from Harry Sutar. Koulibaly. Great clearance to Skamaka. And now here's Kamada, who could be away. Kamada, a bit of a tight angle, but he will be one-on-one with the keeper. Kamada forced wide, goes instead for Senior. Daichi Kamada gets another assist. Playing that centre-forward role so well in this game. Providing the Senior who carries on as he left off. Koulibaly, Jones and McWilliams are off. Pollock, Masengo and Edwards are on. Edwards, of course, will be making his debut here, as well as everyone else on the pitch. Here's Christian Teo. Puts it across. Palmed away. Kraft. Keeps hold of it just about. Bowen. Inside. Haka! Saved well by Dean Henderson. Edwards plays the ball over to Angulo, but the full time whistle blows. A brilliant way to start off Season 2 in the Premier League. We beat Burnley convincingly 3-1. There's an 8.4 for Jones and 8.1 for Koulibaly. There's 2 7.9s for Soutar Murray, which is nice. 8.1 for Scamacca and a 9.1 out of the man of the match. Goes to our most expensive signing, Daichi Kamada. Great debut from everyone there. Now on to the next one. We play West Ham. It's Henderson, Angulo, Turnbull, Soutar Murray, Koulibaly, McWilliams, Jones, Senior, Kamada, Scamacca. Bentancur. It's a great ball for Keita Balde. Rise the challenge of Murray as well. Keita Balde checks back, goes on the outside. Hernandez. Balde. Decore. Oh, he's found a space and he's going to go for it. Found a touch of space there, Abdoulaye Decore. Didn't need a second invitation. Went straight through. Defenders were split apart here by that pass. And he fires it in. Kick off then after that goal. Disappointing. Not been much happening in this game at all. And then for Decore to take that shot on, really their first shot, and score it is really disappointing. And now we're going to try and come back here with Sean McWilliams to Curtis Jones. Jones sees the gap for Koulibaly and finds him. Koulibaly pulls back. Koulibaly! Tanguy Koulibaly again. It's 2-2 now for the young French winger. Lovely check. Does his man all ends up. Dembele, List and Mesengo are on for Scamacca, Jones and Koulibaly. Courtney Senior. He's giving it away here. Gomez. Izo. Oh, it's intercepted well, and Elliot List is away here. Elliot List up against the Kanji. Checks back, pulls it inside. Kamada off the post. It's going to go out for a corner here. So unfortunate from Kamada. Great work from List. Our Senior will deliver this corner toward Kamada. But the defenders will almost put it in themselves. Senior. Angulo goes back for List up against Joe Gomez. Elliot List away from Gomez. Gomez with a huge error. And it's a Stonewall penalty. Joe Gomez tends to have a nightmare against us, to be fair. And he's had another shocker here late on for West Ham. See that again? Yep, Stonewall. Can't have any arguments. Leaving Liverpool was a really bad decision. Don't know why they would even sell him. But it will be Daichi Kamada, the Japan international, to take this penalty. And Kamada squeezes it under the keeper. Just about. It's 2-1 thanks to Daichi. Really clever penalty. Manages to just place it underneath the dive. And we lead now. Seconds remaining for West Ham. Here's Barella. Bentancur. Good challenge. And the full-time whistle has gone. Brilliant response from this team to going 1-0 down. We win the game 2-1. Not much doing in the game really. Not many highlights to show. But we come out with the 3 points. There's an 8.2 for Koulibaly. 8.5 in the man of the match for Sean. And an 8.2 for Daichi. Another good performance from him. Now we move on to Newcastle. It's Henderson, Angulo, Turnbull, Soutar, Murray, Koulibaly, McWilliams, Mesengo, Senior, Kamada and Elliot List up top today. Mesengo. Murray. Sean McWilliams. Koulibaly kept on side here. Puts it across and here's List with the header! 5:35 on the clock and we lead at St James's Park. Koulibaly again, coming up trumps with a fantastic cross, and List manages to divert it in with his head. DeAndre Yedlin does Angulo. Put to the cross, headed down, Mesengo, McWilliams, Kamada, lovely first time pass to Koulibaly. List, Koulibaly's kept running. Tanguy Koulibaly delivers it to List again, great save. Angulo. Mesengo on the volley! Saved well by Dubravka. Mesengo Comes inside well up against Long. Puts it across, but it's cut out. Abraham sees the run of Mallon. Mallon is in here. Henderson's off his line, and Mallon has chipped him. Dean Henderson coming off his line, trying to get to it before Mallon did. Probably should have stayed. Might have had a better chance of keeping that one out if he'd have stayed. It's a brilliant, instinctive, lofted finish from Mallon. And Newcastle are level. Manquillo. Mallon. Puts it across for Abraham. It's going to fall here. Off the post and tapped in by Abraham, but I think he's offside. Newcastle thought they've got the lead, but Abraham's off. Basic. Great ball. Mallon waits, finds Abraham, and it is a tap in. It's not particularly good defending. It was a dive in. See, I think it was Turnbull. Yeah, dives in. Abraham unmarked. Henson's got to be diving across goal there though. Vardy trying to find a way through. Challenged by Koulibaly, but still has it. Here's Manquillo now. Intercepted this time by Koulibaly. Daichi Kamada. List. Plays a ball in, and here is Kamada with a great touch in behind. Kamada saved well by Dubravka. Kamada now has another opportunity from a free kick. Oh, it's a good save from Dubravka. So close. We kick off for the second half now. Kamada. Oh, really nice piece of skill there. List back to Kamada. Murray. Sean McWilliams. Elliot List. Good pressure on him, but he's going to find Masengo. Masengo. Oh, it's a bad tackle. It's really bad from Long. Stonewall penalty for us again. He might be lucky to only get a yellow here. He had no business making that challenge. What is he doing? Masengo going away from goal, and it's not good. Daichi Kamada will step up again. Scored one in the previous game. Kamada puts it in. Keeper doesn't move. It is now 2-2. Brilliant penalty from Kamada. Roots the keeper to the spot. Basic into Tammy Abraham. Newcastle looking to retain the lead again. Manquillo does really well to find Xhaka. Xhaka into Abraham. Finds space for Mallon. It's a good save. Ball through for List. Kamada. Back heel for List. I can't quite reach him, but it will fall back for Kamada. He can't quite poke it through though. Mallon has collected that one in our right back position. Manquillo through for Mallon. Murray's not going to get there. It's all about the cross here for Mallon. He's picked out a beauty. And Tammy Abraham has his second. Mallon and Abraham have linked up so well in this one. 2 assists for Mallon, 2 Abraham. And of course Abraham getting the assist for Mallon's goal as well. It's gone just over Henderson. He should probably do better. Dembele, Jones and Skamaka are on for Masengo, Kamada and Koulibaly. Needed a bit of a different dynamic up front despite how well Kamada is playing. We've intercepted this and we're in here. Siriki Dembele pulls it inside for Skamaka. The two substitutes combine and we are level at St James's Park. Really good play from Dembele. Instinctive first time finish from Skamaka. Almiron. Alvarez. Yedlin. Quintero through to Alvarez. It's inside here for Almiron. And a combination of Turnbull and Henderson keep it out. Chance on the break here maybe. Last seconds. Courtney Senior. Back to List. There's a full-time whistle. We walk away from St James's Park with a point. Not a bad result considering it was going one way, wasn't it, at the one stage. So to come out of that with a draw is respectable. 8.4 Kamada, 8.5 Koulibaly. There's an 8.1 for Dembele and 8.7 for List in there as well. Decent overall, I think. Final game then is Scunthorpe in the Cup. It's Blackman, Giles, Tanganga, Good, McWilliams, Edwards, Pollock, Jones, Dembele, Dijkstra and Scamacca. A lot of debuts in there. Sutton. Can't find Gilead. Now here's a quick 1-2 and Giles is on his bike here. He's got great pace, Giles. A little touch inside and he bangs it across. And what a way to mark your debut. The young left back has scored. Gonna have to see that piece of play again. Giles here has this little touch inside that closes the gap a little bit more for the keeper. Makes it a little bit more difficult. Pugh. Lund. Caught by Good, but he's giving it away. Charlie Good, why does he always do that? Every single time, I swear, he has this in a game. He passes it straight back to an attacker. And Scunthorpe are level thanks to a Charlie Good mistake. Lund giving it away poorly here. Good interception from Curtis Jones. Stabbed through his Dembele. Comes inside. Dembele finds Dijkstra at the back post. And we are back in front in the Carabao Cup. Really good play from Dembele to spot Dijkstra all the way across the other side and to find him. Jones, Alexander Dijkstra to Pollock. Scamacca, back heel. Dijkstra's got hold of it. Here's Scamacca, lets the ball run. Scamacca goes for goal and it's saved well. Songo. Olamola is challenged but keeps hold of it. Lund, Pugh, Sutton. Really good play here from Scunthorpe. Tanganga goes out to meet Gilead. Lund. Great ball in. It's blocked initially and then the second is saved well from Jamal Blackman. The resulting corner from Lund. Was met well by Dijkstra. Been a workhorse in this one. Dijkstra comes inside for Curtis Jones. First time ball. Siriki Dembele now is through. He's got a good angle on this as well. But it's his weak foot and it's very poor. Songo. Lund. Lund gets the ball back here. Lund saved well and is just going to evade the striker there. Jones to Scamacca. Plays it through for Dembele. It's poor from Sutton who stepped up. Lets Dembele in. Dembele to Curtis Jones who sets it for himself and bangs it top corner. Curtis Jones has his first goal for the Cobblers. Really nice touch here from Jones. Sets himself so beautifully and he just bangs it in. It's McWilliams, Masengo and Edwards on for Pollock, Edwards and Jones. That is young Edwards, our winger here. He's going to pick up the ball here now. McWilliams. Back to Edwards. Comes inside well. Edwards going to go for it. It deflects and it's going to be offside. And there's the full-time whistle. Unfortunately, Edwards couldn't do much on his debut, but he has got his first appearance in a Cobbler shirt, which would be nice for him. Let's see, there's a 9 for Jones, an 8.7 for Giles, an 8 for Tanganga, an 8.4 for Scamacca, a 9.3 for Dijkstra, and 9.4 on the man of the match for Dembele. And with that, then we end the first episode of the second season of the Cobblers Career Mode in the Premier League. A great first episode. A draw and 3 wins through to the next round of the Cup in that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.